Well, what can be said about Megatron? Now, I know you're all getting a sense of deja vu from this guy's review by me asking that, but what can be said about that guy? He's ruthless, evil, peace through tyranny. He's the quintessential villain of Transformers. And while we may have Galvatron, Scorponok, Unicron's definitely there, there's always a need for Megatron. Without him, I feel like there's no Transformers. And here we're looking at quite a controversial figure of Megatron. Hey guys, Master Farr here, and I'm back with another review. And today, we are definitely looking at a controversial Megatron figure. And of course, this is the Transformers, War for Cybertron, Earthrise, Voyager class, Decepticon leader, WFC whatever now, Megatron. Just call it Transformer Steve, that'll be much easier. But yeah, this guy is from Wave 3 actually, and why can't I find any deluxes from Wave 2? I got all the lead from that wave. I've got freaking Scorponok. Just bring up the deluxes for Christ's sake. But yeah, my rant aside, Megatron. Yeah, this guy's kind of rocky with some people, but how does my opinion hold up? Let's find out by starting where I always start, in vehicle mode. And here we have Megatron tank mode, and I'm just going to say off the bat, this looks incredible. I just think Megatron as a tank works really well overall and totally fits the character. He wants to bring peace through tyranny? Well, use a tank. It's a tyrannical vehicle and is recommended to bring peace. That being said, this guy of course rolls quite nicely on the old gym mat, and he does actually have some battle damage, which I know people may have an issue with, and I guess I don't blame him because Earthrise doesn't really do that much battle damage. I say doesn't really do that much because Hoist had a little on the chest, but really it fits for Megatron. He shouldn't really be clean. He should be Megatron is ruthless and evil. He should have a vehicle mode that's kind of dented up. And that being said, the molding on here is quite impeccable. I love the tank treads that go across the side. I love the little in-joke to his numbering in the original G1, D16, aka Destron 16. The cannon itself is quite nice. It's very nicely painted. I love the little details right here. Kind of wish there was a Decepticon logo right here. But Toy Hacks can fix that easily. Taking a look at the top, you can see some nice, really nice details right here. There's even a little compartment right here that's actually on actual tank spring. And right here, kind of like Combiner Wars Megatron. Little light right here. And yeah, he's got missile pods on the side in black. Some nice rivet details. And while these are actually his hand, they even added some rivets. That's really cool. Again, he rolls quite nicely. Looking at the back, it is very nice. It doesn't really have much of a gap. While it does have the legs, I'm totally fine with that. Yeah, turret articulation is 360 degrees. Does not move up because of the turret itself. But you can do stuff with it. Comparing it to its original Siege offering. And you can definitely see a world of difference here. Everything is practically retooled. I say practically everything because the only really similar parts are the arms, which I guess makes sense. You gotta save money somewhere. But yeah, even the reds are actually different. If you look closely, yeah, reds are actually different. And everything's basically reshelled. Even the way the tank treads work themselves, they actually connect here. These parts right here are a lot more simplified than these, and yeah. Some also cool playability is you can take this off and swap it with the Siege turret and turn this part around and take this little black part off. You can make a Cybertronian tank mode. And you can actually, with this guy, you can, in theory you're supposed to, but these little parts right here, I actually modded mine to get better shoulders right here. But yeah, unfortunately it doesn't really do that. Same with this part, it doesn't really go there either. But yeah, getting everything off to the side. Alt mode is awesome as always. It's a beast of a tank. But yeah, let's get this guy into robot mode now. Now, of course, we already took this part, so put it to the side, and we'll put that Megatron off the side and get to robot mode with the power of a jump cut. And here we have Megatron in robot mode, and this is where it's going to get controversial. Now, looking from head to toe, you can see the molding's actually quite nice on here, and I think it's even a little better than the Siege one. It's not overdoing it with the battle damage, but it's not under... It's nice that there's still a little on there. And that it's relegated to only, like, the legs. Yeah, the only really old parts on here are... Yeah, the feet, the hands themselves, like, not the sides, those are completely new, and the arms. Other than that, all this is new molding. As for the head sculpt, bring this guy in a little closer. I am going to be honest. I like it better than the Siege one. I know, but hear me out. I mean, don't get me wrong, I still really like the Siege figure, but this one's actually a lot more accurate to the original G1 cartoon. I've looked at models, watched a bunch of episodes, and this one's more accurate. But yeah, molding's quite nice on this guy. Granted, there is a bit of a backpack. It is a wee bit worse than Siege one, but it's fine, I guess. At least there's like some molding right there to make it look like there's rivets. I think it just needs something from Toy Hacks, like maybe some labels to give it some silver, like this guy right here. But yeah, other than that, he of course comes with a few accessories. One of them being his iconic fusion cannon and this thing, which is supposed to be a sword, but like it has its flaws. For one thing, it only is a sword, like that part just falls off sometimes, but yeah, just putting it back on, it does make a sword, but it also makes a really nice secondary fusion cannon, which is cool. However, my biggest gripe with this sword is this black piece right here. You may remember seeing this in the back of the vehicle mode, and I believe this is like a pointless accessory, a pointless part of transformation. If you've remembered what I said in my Supreme Cheetor video about pointless parts or pointless transformation, that's it right there. Because in reality, this sword is actually pretty cool for like side mounting. Granted, I wish it was like full, but still, without the black part, it looks a lot better. And check it out. Now you could slash it to the side like that, and that black part doesn't put me off. It makes an even better secondary fusion cannon. As for places it can go, much like Siege Megatron, who could put the sword on his back like this. Whoops. You can also do it like this, but it sticks up a little more. I just usually put it off to the side. Now, onto major differences with this guy, apart from the molding, of course. Now, there were some QC issues with the original Siege Megatron. Bringing that guy in, we got both our Mega Men standing together. We got, of course, talk about the heads. And I know we talked about the head sculpts, but one big issue on this guy was the neck. It just goes down because of transformation. This guy, there's actually clips that put it in place, and it's a lot tighter. And you're not supposed to push it all the way down. Also, another flaw was the loose hands on this guy. And bringing back in this guy, they're a lot tighter. But yeah, bringing this guy away once again, it's time for articulation. Head, of course, goes 360, can look up this much, can look down this much, and arms can do a perfect T-pose. Because of transformation, you do get a butterfly effect right here. Arms go 360, can go out this much. Wrists can go 360 because of transformation, much like the Siege figure. Hands can unclip. Waist swivel, which is kind of hindered, but no biggie. Legs can go out this much, bend down this much, and go back this far. And because it's Siege, ankle tilt. But yeah, this guy can get in some really good poses. And I feel like he's an overall much better figure worth your while. It feels like, here's what I'm going to say. It feels much more refined. By that I mean, look at the shoulders right here. Because it, much like Earthrise, which streamlined a lot of stuff, the shoulders, for example, they no longer need this, and I honestly think it looks a lot better than having this little part sticking off. The new chest is a lot better. I do wish they got the red here, but yeah. Now just straightening this guy out. It's comparison time. And yeah, just straighten him out once again. And fixing the camera. It's comparison time. Now here he is with the biggest traders since Iago Starscream, and these two scale really well with each other. Now, of course, we got to bring our Siege Mega Man. So bring this guy off to the side. Here's Siege Megatron, and you can see I did do some more modification than hand. He's a little top heavy in mine, you know, loose joints. This guy's a lot more. But yeah, you can definitely see there are some huge differences when we get them together, especially in those heads, the new waist, the new chest, everything. Although I do like it more because I didn't have to do any mods to it. I feel like having to do mods to a figure, I think it takes away how much I like it. Granted, it can improve a figure, but I don't know. Less value. I mean, I did, of course, have to do all the stuff because they were overdoing it with the battle damage. But yeah, bring that guy off to the side. We, of course, got to bring in Optimus. And these two scale really well. Yeah, that's pretty much this Megatron in a nutshell. Overall, I feel like he's underrated, actually. And I actually got this guy on Amazon. So, yeah, that's about it for this guy. But yeah, that's this guy in a nutshell. Overall, I find him to be a lot better and more worth your time than the Siege figure. He's much more refined, he looks better, honestly, and I just think he's more worth your while. Now, I know there are people out there with opinions, and they want to critique me and say I'm not allowed to like it. But what are they gonna do? No, really, I ask you, what are they gonna do? I will see you next time.